That'll happen. Okay, there we go. Still thinks I'm off. There it goes. Okay. Nobody's in here yet, but we can go ahead and start.
Yeah, it's just chucking it out.
Yeah, exactly.
On the metal balls or nothing.
Okay. Trying to think of
I think
how.
I was trying to do it.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay. So.
And spray it.
Sure. Good spray. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt. Getting low on flour.
Yes. Figured after this recipe I'd get it next time on the market. So, Natural Grocery sells theirs in 2 pound. If you get a couple and just have it be full. Just a lot less expensive than any of the other organic flours.
Yeah.
Like half the price. And we've been using it often enough. I don't think it would go fancy. I should maybe have that one. I'll get close.
Hey, what's up, D-Rec? Yeah, these are awesome. I love these, like, Tupperware style things.
So when they're getting towards the end and they're little.
Yeah.
We have them in a few different sizes. Got some cornmeal and some cake flour. And the other ones right now.
Well, I'm an Apple Jacks fan too, actually. It's one of my favorites. Apple Jacks.
I don't know if I've ever had Apple Jacks.
Yeah, some people I worked with said that to me recently too, and I got mad.
You know, I don't like the fruit. I don't like the fruit.
That's not fruity, it's just sugar. Oh, and look at this hat, D-Rec. It's a hip-hop Tupac. It's over here. There. Tupac and Biggie. And it says, "What's beef?" And then it's got a little gravestone that says, "R.I.P. hip-hop." And then an AK-47. So, yeah.
I got it because you don't eat beef anymore.
Yes. But it's also just an amazing hat.
Well, yes, but
another teaspoon of baking powder.
And Biggie's wearing like a Cosby sweater.
Yes. Baking powder. Quarter teaspoon.
Which unfortunately has a whole new connotation to it now.
Also true. Never trust anyone that doesn't like Apple Jacks. I agree.
I said I haven't tried them. But I don't like Fruit Loops. And
This is a problem.
Yeah, that's my whole basis. I don't think I've tried Fruity Pebbles. And it's all because I don't like Fruit Loops.
Well, Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops are essentially the same thing, just different shapes.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, isn't this hat dope? It is dope. I agree.
Well, I got you that hat, so that has to like...
Yeah, exactly. So, hey. Shh. Chill. Alright, so we got our dry ingredients for our blondies. Butter.
Oh, there.
And... Wait, is this what I need? Yes.
Doing something. It's like we're melting some butter. That beeping was our oven being hot. Or up to temperature, which we've got it heated to 350 degrees. And the dry ingredients, that was 1 cup of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And did you put the salt in there too?
No, I need to.
Okay.
I don't like to sift the salt.
And you usually have more baking powder than baking soda
Yes.
in baking recipes. I don't really know why that is, but that is something that I have noticed.
Yeah, I actually don't know why either. I don't understand like the difference in leavening agents, how they work. I just know.
I think one of them is an acid and one of them is a base, but that doesn't make sense that you would mix them, so I don't know.
But what I'm doing over on this side is I'm melting the butter, and I'm actually going to let it get a kind of golden brown. It's going to bring out some of that like nutty flavor, and yeah, I just want to get some of that melty goodness going.
Yeah, when the is it the milk? What is it in the butter that when it cooks down gets caramelized? Is it the fat solids?
Yes.
So when the fat solids cook in the butter, they get brown, and essentially the sugars caramelize.
So this is going to have both brown sugar and regular white granulated sugar.
Beautiful.
Hmm?
Is it big?
Bigger, yeah.
This good or the biggest?
That should be good.
Do you want me to keep an eye on the butter?
Yeah, if you could just kind of stir it around a little bit. But we're essentially looking for it to get almost like the color of this brown sugar. It's kind of similar. Yeah, interracial sugars. Okay, how much regular sugar? Quarter cup. How was your day today, D-Rec? Happy Friday, happy weekend. No, I'm gonna add stuff to it. So it'll actually just stay in that. Okay. Mine was good. I'm glad that the week is done. I've got to travel next week. Hey, what's up, Drift? I'm watching Mrs. Biscotti stir the butter. So we're starting off by making some blondies. I'm gonna put some toffee in them, some like Keith Bar chips. I'm a big fan. Any plans for the weekend? Not really. Mrs. Biscotti is back in school now, so she's got a lot of homework. So that means I'm probably going to be getting high and playing a lot of video games. Do some gardening. I've got a work trip coming up, so just trying to get all my shit together for work. But yeah. Oh, you just woke up? Was it like Saturday morning now over there? Hey, why'd my desktop audio stop? Oh, it's still working. I just caught it like perfectly in between songs. Got like 1 second. Yeah, dude, Heath bars go super hard. That's probably good. Okay, keep going. Oh, how is it? Have you played it at all yet? I haven't played this weekend yet, but yeah. I have it on both systems. Which system do you have it on? Be right back. Saturday morning, 10 a.m.? Yeah, that's crazy to me. He's in Australia. What? Sure. You can leave it over there, just turn off the heat. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take it over here in just a second. I just want to put a towel down so I don't burn the cutting board. So we've got our golden butter now, and we're gonna go ahead and add in both of our sugars.
Do you want this spatula?
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you.
Sorry, Kimbo.
And so you can see it instantly starts to thicken up with all that sugar butter mixture. It's got a nice golden brown color to it from the combination of the brown sugar and the golden butter.
It already looks kind of like toffee.
Yeah. Oh, you sold your Xbox and you're getting it back? Alright, so I'm gonna let this cool now for a little bit because we don't want to add in our eggs quite yet because they would potentially cook, and we don't want curdled eggs in our brownie batter. But I'm gonna get everything else combined. Yeah, I'm very excited for the Battlefield 1 beta. Like, that's really what I'm most looking forward to. But yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. Okay, so we put 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Oh, my egg was about to fall off the counter. So I need to separate out this yolk. Okay. You have the Gears 3 Xbox 360. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. So you'll get the new, like a brand new Xbox One with Gears, and it'll have like all the special shit with it. That's pretty cool. Should be fun once everyone is on it. Yeah, like I said, Battlefield 1 is what I am most excited about by far. Like, that game is going to be hopefully so much fun. So I don't play that much games, so I just get excited over anything. I'm pretty easy to please. So this recipe actually calls for corn syrup, but I'm going to substitute in some organic molasses. This is going to kind of keep with that theme of that nutty brown flavors from the butter, the brown sugar. I'm happy to have this as a substitute, actually. It's healthier, it's more natural.
Well, we just use it more often. Like, it's more cross-purposeful for us.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't cook with a lot of corn syrup, to be honest. It's just not something that I use a lot of, so I'd rather have molasses on hand. And how much do I need? A tablespoon. So I'm just going to eyeball this because it's kind of messy.
Kimbo is very interested.
Just that way I'm not getting something crazy dirty. Thank you. Yeah, molasses is awesome.
I actually bought it based on the bottle design. Like, there were like 3 or 4 different bottles that all looked about the same. Or, you know, cost.
Vanilla. Need teaspoons of vanilla.
Generous with vanilla.
Yeah, I basically double whenever vanilla is called for. I really like vanilla, so suck it. I have not found Manuka honey yet, but I want to based on that. Do you know Manuka honey?
I don't, but I'm going to ask my nutrition professors about it, and I'm going to see if I can find it online.
Okay.
Also, I wonder if, I bet the farmer's market wouldn't have it because it's all like local stuff. But, yeah, I'm going to do some investigating.
Okay, so this has kind of come down in temperature. But yeah, he's obviously from Australia.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about it, and Smoke was a big proponent of it as well. So it's definitely something I want to try.
Yeah. We should do like a little taste test.
So in goes.
I remember to.
Actually, it might be better just to add it into this bowl. Make a mess.
Do you remember Ava? Rick's Ava?
Yeah.
She had this honey. It was a whipped honey from Germany that she had. That was like unlike any whipped honey I've ever seen here. It just was a very different texture, like much softer. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I've never been able to find it here. I don't know what the thing was exactly, but it was a whipped honey.
Gotcha.
Used to eat with sour cream.
It's kind of odd. So I'm just whipping in those eggs and the vanilla and the molasses. Okay.
Oh, hello, dog. Hey, sweetie. Oh, boy, it's not butter.
Okay, I'm gonna add in my dry ingredients to this. And just fold it in. We don't need the whisk anymore at this point.
Do you want to flour the baking pan or just the spray?
I think just the spray. That's all it called for was to grease it. I just put flour as a question mark because wasn't sure, but I think it'll be fine. Just greased.
I did it pretty well.
Okay, cool. So you can see it's definitely thickening up very quickly with the dry ingredients now included. Just make sure I mix it well. Okay, and then
Oh, it smells so good.
We'll do about a cup.
Yeah, here come toffee chips. So like, add the whole bag and I do sometimes.
I mean, there's not that much left.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a lot of toffee chips, but we both really like toffee, so yeah.
I feel like I have to hide this stuff from my nutrition fellow students.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably not tell them that we do this.
I have. Like, where can we find you? Like, oh, you want to download this app.
Just make it very difficult. So yeah, that's essentially our mix. It is looking amazing. So then this just goes into a greased pan. Just kind of push it around, get it. It'll naturally, as it starts to cook, evenly distribute itself.
Yeah.
But you just don't want it too clumped up in one area.
Especially the toffee chips. Some of them will melt, and then other ones are going to stay kind of crunchy.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this just goes into a 350 degree oven for 25 minutes. Cool. All right, so that's really it for the dessert. Pretty simple. So next up, I'm going to start prepping the vegetables, which will be for the stir fry. But what's really cool that we're going to try tonight is
Sorry, I'm in the way. Okay.
we are going to take just like instant ramen noodles. Packaged instant ramen noodles and turn it into kind of a pâte à choux style dough and make a Parisian style gnocchi with it, which is traditionally made with a pâte à choux. What's great about this is usually it is made with potatoes. Potato is the base for gnocchi. But there's, what he was saying about the like enriched
The starch. Yeah, the enriched wheat in the noodles, there's a lot of starch in them. And so that is going to basically mimic the starch in the potatoes that you would normally get when you make the traditional gnocchi, which the method that you use to make traditional gnocchi, you try to get as much starch as you can out of the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You use a russet potato, which has a lot of starch to begin with. You boil them, which brings a lot of starch out of them. And then you rice them, which is like this method of basically pulverizing them to a really fine, like paste almost. And then you mix them with some egg and flour. So that gets a lot of starch out of them. So it's basically the same method that the flour has been treated to make the noodles, to get as much starch as possible out of that dough.
Yeah, we thought it was such an we thought it was such an interesting preparation of it. It was just kind of something that I had not seen before in my. I'll just take them all actually. in my culinary school or as I progressed through kitchens, it was something that I had never seen before. It's just something very, very different. But, I mean, makes sense when you do start breaking it down.
Yeah, like the simple brilliance of it is cool.
Yeah.
It's David Chang, who's the executive chef and owner of Momofuku. It's in New York, right? And he's like one of the few of that caliber chef who seems like actually a interesting, like somebody who would actually want to sit down and like have a meal with. I don't know, so many of them seem so pompous and
douchey.
Yeah, he actually seems like you could have a conversation with him. He's a funny guy. He's, I don't know, interesting person. I've enjoyed watching him.
Same, yeah. I really like his style. I like his personality.
Yeah, he just seems like he is who he is when he's on TV. He's not like trying to be like, oh hey, I'm David Chang on TV, you know, like.
Yeah, he's just himself, whether he's on camera or off.
Yeah. He's just a very different person, he seems to be anyway. They've got a delivery-only menu now from Momofuku.
Will they deliver to Colorado?
Street itself is country. Seinfeld trivia.
Yeah.
Thingamajigger.
I don't know if D-Rec watches it because he's not white, so I feel like Seinfeld is a very white show.
Speaking of not being offensive,
I know, right? But we do have a very similar sense of humor, so, and I feel like he likes Larry David, so. So we got our mushrooms prepped. So this will just be like a stir fry that kind of goes on the side of the gnocchi. We were debating about if we should put them together, but I like gnocchi to be pretty simple. Plus, I want to use some flavors in the stir fry like ginger, which wouldn't work well with the gnocchi. So we got some baby bok choy. Kimbo's going to town in there.
Oh, here she comes.
Hi, what's up? You hear your name? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Doge Cam.
What are you doing? She's got a lot of energy with me being back in school. She's not too thrilled with the new schedule. Oh, today was the early day too. Yeah. Although you got to snuggle with her.
Yeah, today's like the one day of the week that I actually get to stay in bed and relax and have her to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare for me these days.
The kimchi that's like the new trend is kimchi, various types of vegetables, not just cabbage.
Kimchi preparation.
Yeah. I don't know how you really do that. Like, because the traditional method, don't you like bury it?
Yeah, it needs to be fermented, and it's often fermented underground.
So I don't know how you, like, what method did you find that you don't, like, I don't want to bury food.
It's probably just a pickling process.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Like, do you like just put it in jars and in the fridge or something? Like that, I'm okay with. But we got a lot of squirrels. I saw a squirrel's wiener today.
Sweet. Squirrel dick height.
I seem to be like seeing a lot of penis.
That's nice.
Well, I thought this is the zoo though. But I saw like just happened to catch it all the time.
Gotcha.
Maybe go to the zoo. Maybe we can go to the zoo this weekend.
Sure.
Or the garden. The garden will be nice. It won't be too hot.
It's supposed to get pretty hot this weekend.
Oh, is it?
It's supposed to be like in the high 80s, low 90s.
Oh. What about the evening or afternoon like this?
Yeah.
We should catch it before it's fall. Or
Yeah.
in the fall. Oh, and on the counter? Yeah. I guess it doesn't need to be cold, huh? Because it's
No,
fermenting.
because it needs to be fermenting, yeah.
It's fermenting. It shouldn't be cold. It's not pickling, it's fermenting.
Right. Maybe the next trend will be kombucha-ing everything.
There's a... What is it? There's something that just opened. It's a kombucha something bar.
There's
It's like a slashy.
There's a kombucha tap room next to my office now.
That's maybe what it is.
But it's not beer, it's kombucha on tap.
That's maybe what I meant though, like the combination, you know.
Gotcha. Oh shit. Thanks, Drift. So if we get bombarded, I'll know who to thank.
Thank you.
Good thing we're trying like a recipe we've never done before
Yeah.
and could fail
hey,
miserably.
That's part of the process.
Yeah.
My lecture today was about the scientific method and how you just sometimes have to fail and don't think of it as failure because you just go back and you try again. There was a great quote that he said from Einstein where when you find an answer, it's like opening a door to a hallway full of closed doors.
Say that again?
When you find an answer, it's like opening a door to a hallway full of closed doors.
Okay.
So then it's just like a whole new
World.
challenge. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Korean Mexican fusion, yeah, that was very popular in California.
Yeah, it was.
Roy Choi was kind of one of the main people behind that. Sorry, I'm giving Ace the command so he can see what we're making.
David Chang tried that too and it failed.
Yeah. But yeah, he has this truck called the Kogi truck. And it was one of the very first food trucks that really started this food truck revolution. I mean, I remember
He's given like the crown as being the first.
Yeah, I mean, this was over 10 years ago that he did this. And it was basically Korean ingredients with Mexican preparation. So it was
tacos primarily.
Yeah, tacos and burritos that had, a short rib and kimchi inside of it. Mm-hmm. So, and it just like kind of took off everywhere.
If you watch Mind of a Chef on Netflix, you'll see David Chang. He shows like what he tried to do is his version of that, which is burritos with some kimchi and edamame. I don't remember the meat that he uses. Do you recall? But he tried to do his own like fast casual
Doofus. You want this?
version. And he said, he's like, it failed miserably, nobody wanted it. And I don't know if he tried to do it earlier or if it was because he was in New York and Roy Choi was in LA or why, because it was very similar concept. It didn't seem like either one of them really, like I think they had the idea individually from each other. So it was a different enough ingredients and stuff, but it was interesting to see that he had this,
Yeah,
very similar idea, and it just would. He's like, it bombed. Nobody wanted it, and it's so good. Like he was eating it, he's like, it makes me so happy, and nobody wanted it. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know if you saw that episode, but just to see someone who's so successful and like thought it was so brilliant, and like have this idea, it was kind of inspirational because like, keep going. Again, if we fail today, it's okay.
Hey, Amplify, welcome back.
Yeah, instant ramen. No, do you want to explain?
Hey, Sandwich. Yeah, so bulgogi beef street tacos. Yeah, that's essentially that kind of fusion. It's great. So yeah, we're gonna be using just good old instant ramen to create our base for a gnocchi. Apologies if you heard this already, but I think not many people were in here when we first talked about it. Essentially, the enriched wheat flour that's in there is crazy starchy, and that's what you want in a gnocchi is a lot of starch. Usually it's a potato base, but yeah, it's supposed to, we've never made it before, so this is going to be a learning process together. So it could turn out great, could turn out a failure, but
yeah, it's going to be an experiment. We'll see what happens. Yeah, like, there's 43 grams of carbs in one serving of this, and we're using 3 packages to make our recipe. So I wouldn't recommend doing this often. But, well, that's all. I guess that does include the flavor packet, but I doubt that has very many carbs. So yeah, it's pretty starchy thing.
I think it's the Nightbot has like some filters on it, so you can't like spam a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm not the best with understanding all my bots. That's why I had Delirious make one for me. But I still have Nightbot for some protection. But yeah, I will. Yeah, you don't need to take offense to it. He didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Huh?
Shallots.
I was gonna do green onion. Are we out of small bowls?
Out of those we've got probably one glass one, and then we've got like cereal bowls.
Let's do a cereal bowl, actually. Kimbo is now playing with her pig.
Yay! She's gonna play with pig in so long. The parsley too. And the chilies.
Yeah, no, we still got. Sorry, it's kind of prep heavy right now. I apologize. I'm not doing much actual cooking yet. Although we did get the blondies into the oven already.
They're about halfway through.
Okay, so this batch of scallions is for the gnocchi. Not sure if you can hear Kimbo, she's bouncing around in the other room. And then this, I'm just gonna cut along the bias. And this will be for the stir fry. The yellow peppers. Do this guy.
Oh my gosh, the blondies smell good.
Yeah. The blondies are smelling like ridiculous right now. So I'm gonna de-seed these.
I don't know how spicy those are. There's one adjustment for us having moved from California to Colorado, which is weird, is that the chili selection is very poor here. I would think we would have good chilies here.
I don't think it's going to be very spicy because my nails aren't burning. at all. I mean, it's probably still got some heat.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I can feel it. Yeah, it's got some heat.
I was used to getting like, there would be, a whole section of peppers, whatever pepper I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Very different here. Interesting. Yesterday, actually, when I was at the market, it was like the produce manager or somebody, I'm assuming, and their assistant, whatever. They were like stocking the area and trying to figure out how to reorganize stuff and whatever, and just kind of hearing how they prioritize things based on what they knew they were getting in stock and what the prices of stuff was. And yeah, don't pick your nose.
Did I pick my nose?
No, she's just saying because you're cutting peppers.
Oh! I think I've told the story on stream before about... I think it was different people in here, so I'll just tell a shorter version for anyone. When I was working in professional kitchens, there was one day where we had to prep all these jalapenos. And one of my prep cooks was working away on them. And then, touching your eyes is the worst. Although, what I'm about to say might be worse.
Bad. This is the worst.
Yeah, so he was chopping for, seriously, it was, please make good food, creative is so boring today. I'll try. I'm doing
our best.
Yeah, right now, honestly, it's a lot of prep, so I'm just cutting stuff. I'm sorry.
Give us like 10 minutes and we'll be into the...
Yeah, I've got some awesome people in chat that you can talk to, and, yeah.
Oh, I think Sandwich is going to have a similar story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sandwich, it's a similar story to that. So, yeah.
But peeing is like a necessity. Well, I'm not a man, so...
So, he was chopping jalapenos for, seriously, like half an hour straight and was not wearing gloves like an idiot. I told him to, but he just was doing his own thing. And then he was a prep cook, so at the end of his shift, he went home. Still hadn't washed his hands, really, and decided to service himself. And get a call from him like half an hour later, like he's crying in his bathroom and like had to go to the hospital to get like ointment to put on his pee-pee because it was like he could not get it to stop burning. So, yes, always wear gloves and then throw your gloves away afterwards. Yes, that is true, Knock. Often when I would be working with chilies, I would just not use my hands. Because honestly, even washing them doesn't do a whole lot because what's happening is you're getting the oil on your hands. And the oil, when you mix it with water, it doesn't wash it away. That's why they often tell you to drink dairy if you have something really spicy. Drinking water is not going to do anything. It's just going to rinse around your mouth and actually end up coating more of your taste buds and feeling even hotter. Water's not really going to do much, but still, you should wash your hands after working with them. But ideally, wear gloves. Like, especially if you're working with pounds of...
Yeah, you'd have to get the water so hot and use so much soap to get that off. Well, you deserve that if you're messing with people. Just with those little, like, teeny tiny bowls up there.
Sure. I can even just use this. Yeah, this pepper doesn't feel overly hot. Like, it's definitely got some heat to it, but it's not. I wouldn't even
You still wouldn't want to rub your eye or something?
No, yeah, I wouldn't want to put this near any tender piece on my body, regardless whether it's an eye or a nose.
Get one of those eye wash stations.
Yeah. Those trolling people want to party with hot sauce put in their drinks. Yeah, that is karma drift. Alright, some shallot. So this will be for the gnocchi.
We're making actually gnocchi out of instant ramen.
Yeah, we're trying something very different. Never made this before. I've made ramen a lot of times in my life. I am Italian, but it's always been the potato base. But
Gnocchi many times.
yes, what was I saying?
Ramen.
Oh yeah,
We were at college. We made ramen.
True. Yeah, I did make a lot of ramen too, but I was referring to the gnocchi. You know, just growing up in an Italian household, I made ramen many times, or gnocchi many times growing up. So this will be a very different preparation, but something that really caught our attention.
Like all things, because the pot of choux you've made too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so this is going to be more of a Parisian style gnocchi, where it's a pâte à choux style dough. But
which pâte à choux is like if you've had cream puffs or eclairs, that's a pâte à choux dough, but then it's been baked, and it's basically just like butter and flour and egg that is cooked and then baked. We're essentially going to use butter and then flour and egg, cook it, boil it, and that's where we're going to make the gnocchi, like little, not noodles, but little pillows that you would traditionally see made from potato. There's also a gnocchi that's made from ricotta. That's called gnudi, right?
mm-hmm.
So we're kind of combining a few different...
We are kind of making shit up, although we were inspired by Chef David Chang.
David Chang is the one who made this shit up. So...
And it was so crazy seeing him do it that I was like, I gotta try this. And I try to always broadcast anytime I'm gonna cook, so you may see me fail together.
We have to give him the credit for the
idea.
idea.
This is not like my brainchild at all. But he was saying that within like, you know, instant ramen, it's enriched wheat flour that they use, and it's so starchy it mimics a potato when you make it. So I'm really interested in seeing how this is going to turn out. But we do at least have some other stuff we're making, so if it does crash and burn, we can still have a nice dinner.
Yeah. So we saw somebody make it successfully. You'll see, and almost like spätzle too, like the German style little, it's basically a noodle also. It's a very similar actually concept to that. It's made from flour too, right?
Yes.
And so it's a similar idea. That is a much smaller noodle, but it's going to be a very similar preparation overall, where you would mix some flour, butter, egg together. With spätzle, you would usually use a colander like this to get the dough to go into the water, so you would have much smaller noodles. You cook the dough in the water, and then again you would pan fry it in some butter to crisp it. So that's like a, again, kind of Eastern European noodle. But it's going to be actually a very similar, probably, flavor to what we're cooking tonight.
Hey, what's up, Polo? Oh yeah, we're intrigued too, and by all means, we want you to laugh if it fails, because we'll be laughing too.
We didn't take any offense to that at all.
This is purely like an experiment,
yeah,
and we really just don't even know what to expect out of it. And neither does Kimbo.
Yeah, we're trying to, you know, as we've been streaming, kind of come up with different stuff and see what inspires us and experiment with different things. So we're just excited to have people, you know, be a part of it and see what is entertaining. So it's we will see what happens. But this just looked cool, and it looks like it's gonna taste good too. Like, because there's so many things out there that are like, you know, oh, mix this with that and all that, and like it looks like it's not gonna taste all that great. This actually looked like it would be fun and interesting and actually taste good also, which is also what we wanted to do it.
right. But yeah, you seem to know a decent amount about food. Do you have a cooking past yourself? Oh, and Sandwich, I think you're still in here. I wanted you to see this hat. You'll appreciate it. I think some other people will too in here.
The light's a little better now.
Yeah, the light is a little better. So it is Tupac. And this is hard to do. Biggie. And then a little gravestone that says R.I.P. Hip Hop. And then an AK-47. And then a What's Beef. So yeah, it's just like a 1990s East Coast, West Coast.
And Biggie's wearing like a Cosby sweater and his crown. And Tupac has his chains and he's shirtless.
He's got his bandana.
And his bandana. Yeah. I got it because it's an awesome hat. But also, since we are not eating beef, it says What's Beef.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought you would like that sandwich. It's pretty epic.
We've seen, that's the same place that we've seen all of this.
No, it's not red hair. It's a red bandana. It's probably hard to make out. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, because he's from the LBC.
No, he's from...
Not the LBC.
Compton, I think? I don't remember what part of LA. Somewhere in East LA.
Inglewood.
Could be. I forget all the beginning or the end of the golden era. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
She's up so high, please.
Yeah,
We
Kimbo
really
is...
should know that, actually.
Yeah, we should. Reptile ODB, yeah. I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan myself, obviously, by my name. They were the first hip-hop that I really got into. And I just fell in love with the whole genre stemming from that. It's perfect. What? Non-rhyming.
Non-rhyming. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
So like
everything.
spoken word.
Yeah, no, it's great. And like everything's through fucking auto-tune or whatever that's...
Oh, auto-tune shit.
Yeah, so... You can check those.
Nice skewering or how
Yeah, I haven't checked them. They didn't look ready to be skewered yet.
Yeah.
Done?
Yeah.
Nice.
So the blondies are done. You can see they've got like that traditional kind of brownie crust on top. But they are a more caramel color. They're not so dark.
Because there's no chocolate in
Right.
it.
So yeah, they have pulled away nicely from the side of the pan because we sprayed it really well. We're gonna let it cool a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure Tick would help you with the design. Need some R&B in the background? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I was a professional chef for a couple of years. Hey! Sorry if that's crazy loud. She's angry. Yeah, I went to culinary school. I worked in restaurants in the Los Angeles area for a couple of years and then ended up leaving the industry. But I still obviously have a passion for cooking and cook a fair amount at home. And just recently I've got a lot of Twitch friends, so a lot of the guys in here stream, but they're video game streamers, and I am garbage at video games, but have really enjoyed meeting people on Twitch. So that's kind of how I've melded these two worlds together. Is the majority of my audience that's like, you know, the mods and the just like people who have been here a long time come from knowing me playing video games. And then I'm getting new audiences of people that are finding me through the creative channel, like yourself. So it's just kind of a nice little mix of people. Sure. Running low on bowls tonight. Doge going crazy. What does she have?
Zucchini.
Oh yeah, there it is. Just going in on some zucchini, chilling.
She's very hyper today.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Again, sorry if she's barking and it's like crazy loud. I'm not sure.
Just having some challenges.
Yeah. So just some parsley, and I think we're done with our prep.
Those are all clean cereal bowls in here.
That's okay. Everyone chops at their own pace.
Yeah, I am way slow. I usually have him chop for me if I'm cooking, just to make the process go faster. But turn on some music.
Yeah, just have fun with it. Don't matter. Yeah, we've got a boxer. She often appears.
You'll see her probably when we go over to the stove.
Yeah, she tends to hang on that side of the kitchen much more.
There's more space over there.
Yeah, and the food is over there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, turtle?
I need to pull up my leg.
What? Oh. Got some wardrobe malfunctions going on over there.
Do you want me to put the stove on a cooling rack or anything? Or is it okay like that?
The what?
The blonde on a cooling rack or anything?
They can go in a cooling rack, but stay in the pan.
Okay, that's
But just that way it's not
Yeah.
on a hot surface.
what you're fine, honey. Okay.
So I like it to still have some rough texture to it. And since that should be the last thing I'm chopping, I can just leave that. All right. Good. These smell awesome here. Put them down here actually, so you can see. So these are filled with toffee also. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome. Rundown of all the ingredients I prepped? Yeah, for sure. I'm not the best with like quantities of stuff.
The way Angie stuff is a good good.
Sure. You turn the camera to your side too. So yeah, we've got a yellow bell pepper and some green onion, and then some mushrooms. These will all be for the stir fry.
This was about 8 ounces of cremini mushrooms, and this is about half a bunch of scallions and 1 yellow bell pepper.
And then I've got those 2 small red peppers you saw with about, I think it was 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, just kind of chopped fine. I've got some ginger, probably about a tablespoon and a half or so, I would say. And then about a tablespoon of fresh rosemary. We've got some baby bok choy.
3 small baby bok choy and about 2 medium zucchini.
Yeah, mushrooms are a staple. Like, we definitely use a lot of mushrooms. We've got a shallot, and then
The rest of the scallions. So we had one whole bunch of scallions, and we're splitting them between the stir fry and the gnocchi.
okay, we're gonna move everything over. This will be kind of interesting. haven't used this food processor on stream yet, so
Once we have
possibly.
but not all.
So I'm trying to get everything onto this little.
I can move those other bowls over here. That's fine.
No, that's fine. Yeah. 4 cloves of garlic? Oh, we both have a lot of garlic and we're married, so we don't care.
Yeah. He's full Italian. I'm mostly Italian. We like garlic, so.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you definitely don't have to use that much if you don't like that much, but we like our garlic.
So I need some egg yolks.
Oh yeah, we'll turn down the mic before we turn this on.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not gonna like.
Where'd the eggs go?
Right there. So yeah, don't we have to heat up the milk?
Yes, we will.
How much do you need?
2 cups.
So first, we're gonna cook the ramen in some milk. We're using whole milk because why not? We're not exactly going for a healthy recipe tonight.
Stir fry will be healthy.
Well, yeah, the stir fry will be healthy, but the noodles are not terribly healthy. So this is not, again, this is kind of an indulgence recipe. Not something I would recommend making frequently. The vegetables you can make frequently. But we're going to need 2 cups of milk. So I'm measuring that out right now. And we're going to heat that up and get the noodles basically just till they're tender, right?
Yeah, just for like a minute.
Yeah, so do we need to heat the milk first?
Yes, heat the milk first. Sorry, again, new recipe, so. Put this guy up here. So 2 cups of milk. Yeah, because we want the noodles to absorb the milk. This again, since we're making kind of a pâte à choux style dough, we want them to have that that thicker texture to them. And a way to do that is to cook them in milk. They'll actually absorb a lot of that milk and those dairy fats, and it'll just make it a heavier product, which is actually what we're looking for.
The sugars in the milk also will react with some of the sugars in the noodles to help bring out more of the starch.
So yeah, also, when working with these, we do not want to use the flavor packets. That would be gross in this. You can save them for something else if you want, but I don't have a lot of use for them, so.
Well, we'll see, maybe like tuna or something.
Maybe. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
Once again, Kimbo is super interested.
Yeah, she's just hanging out, loving life. So yeah, we're just gonna let this milk come all the way up to a boil. And we're using 3 packages of these noodles because they're actually on the smaller side. We want a total of 6 ounces. So some of the bigger packages come in 3 ounces, so you just need 2 of those. It's all about figuring stuff out. So the other thing we're going to do is we don't want to burn the milk, so as soon as it starts to boil, we're going to turn off the heat and then add the noodles.
I want more noodles on the
Hmm?
I want the blonde.
Let it just cool for a few more minutes and then you can go in.
I know.
Yeah, this is more her spot in the kitchen on a regular basis.
Yeah, she sleeps here. In the summertime, the cool air comes out right here. In the wintertime, the warm air is vent. That's her spot. Huh. I know, I'm eating stuff from the bowl. You don't get me.
I still haven't gotten my code even though I'm an insider. I thought I could do like a pre-download, so that way I can just jump right in when I get back. But whatever. I always have my trips at the worst times. So yeah, going back to the process for this, we're gonna boil the milk. We're gonna add this in. Then we're gonna strain the noodles, but we want to reserve the milk because we're also gonna be using that when we blend it all together. Yeah, pretty much everyone in here is a very big Battlefield fan. Maybe minus Sandwich, but yeah, we all play a lot of first-person shooters.
In the pan?
I think it was from the pan. It's fine. It'll strain out.
Am I on this?
No, you're fine. What do you need? What? What? Now I have to know.
I was gonna make a drink, but I can't get it.
Okay. True. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to discriminate against Sandwich. He's still a very large gamer, just doesn't really partake.
That's a good cook.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Battlefield 1. I do like revives and I tend to play a more medic style, so I'm excited that they have a medic specific class, not just assault. So I can basically heal a lot of stuff, because I can't kill shit, my aim is horrible. Alright, so our milk has come up to a boil. Other reason you don't want to let it boil too long, it will boil over. We're just going to go ahead and add in our ramen. Need something kind of stirred around in there. We're just kind of almost like letting this steep more than cook at this point. We just want to let some of that hot milk break up the ramen. So you can already see like it's starting to absorb quite a bit.
Well, it's the instant ramen, so.
Yeah, so it is going to cook essentially very quickly. And then we need this. Sorry.
So I'm just continuing to break up like the little bricks of noodles, basically. I didn't even see.
So, and then here I've got a strainer inside a large bowl. That's probably not enough. It only needs to be in there for like a minute. Yeah, you want to just feel the noodles softening up. And we're going to strain it. Sure. Hot?
Okay, do let go.
Strain that out. And then move this guy over here. Put the noodles right into a food processor. And then, did you have the cup measuring thing? Again, we want to actually add back in some of this hot milk. So, that's about a cup. So about half of what we were doing. Try and turn this so you can see like the inside cam. Okay. Now I need to puree this, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute our microphone. Open that up to let the heat out. Okay, so now we are going to add in our 4 egg yolks. And this is what's really going to allow it to start to become that pat a choux style. Of the dough. Puree again, so I'm going to mute. Okay. So, I'm now going to take this ramen pancakes. So, a way I describe for looking at this type of batter, again, I haven't made it this way before, but when working with like a pat a choux style dough, I always say to try and get it to look like toothpaste. That's kind of the consistency that we're looking for. Probably not the sexiest thing to hear, but
Good description.
yeah, that's okay. And then ideally you would have a pastry bag that you would use this on, but I'm just, for simplicity's sake and knowing most people probably don't have a pastry bag, I'm just gonna use a large Ziploc bag, something that's pretty strong, and we're gonna push all the dough to a corner and then snip off a corner to be able to push it out.
Will you get some water, Wyatt?
Not quite yet, because this needs a little bit to chill. I could use some help getting this in here, though. So if you could, I got a scraper too.
Using my left hand.
Do you want to change?
Yeah.
Okay, push it down.
Grabbed too quickly there. Alright, we're switching. There we go. Much more coordinated. I'm not very ambidextrous.
No, she is not. As much as you can.
Alright, that looks pretty good, huh?
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that part kind of needed a second person. I mean, in a pinch you can do it on your own, but let's see. So I'm try and get most of the air out of this. And this dough just goes right into the fridge. Okay. That's what the dogs were? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I basically just knocked it off, and she's now in the corner licking up everything that I just...
We weren't very worried about.
Yeah.
Any spillage.
So now I need to get a pot of water. Hi. Can you... Actually, here, I'll just use this one. Excuse me. Let me get water. Thank you. Yeah, because they'll like dunk in and then so, get this water going. All right, water up to boil, blah, blah, blah. Is that good? Yeah. Kimbo likes all things dairy, so yeah, I know, I don't have any. Trying to think what to put.
Put that on the back burner and then start the vegetables.
True. So, no, this is just a pan. While that boils, I mean, it's boring to watch water boil, so I'm going to start stir frying the vegetables. So we're going to get our wok nice and hot. Mrs. Biscotti's going into the blondie.
Share.
Yeah, I don't want a piece. Yeah, I like this wok. I mean, it's nothing overly fancy. What? Get out of my way. Please. It's a Calphalon. Had it for a while. I think we got it as a wedding present.
Yeah. Still pretty hot.
Okay. Oh my god. So yeah, this is the Blondie. Oh my god.
They're so chewy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the edges are all nice and caramelized from the toffee.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. That is for real. Alright, so if nothing else turns out, we've at least got one thing that turned out really well. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sticky and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tastes like a Werther's original, but like in brownie form. That was really good.
Yeah. I did a... So I like to season as I go. A lot of people like to wait towards the end, but I like the salt to actually get into the food that I'm cooking, not just be on top. Yeah, dude, that shit was... That's what I mean. Our desserts usually come out really good, so it's hard to say where it ranks in the grand scheme of things. But that's...
You're really good at baking. I'm not very good. I've had a lot of baking failures. Well, not a percentage-wise, like compared cooking to baking. More baking failures.
Kimbo found the spot on my sock
And it
that
has butter.
no, that you spilled the batter on, and so she's just licking my foot.
You got the spoon rest over there.
That's fine. I'm gonna be. So again, so far for the stir fry piece, we've we've got just the mushrooms and zucchini.
Rotate.
Huh?
She just rotates.
Uh-huh. See if she makes her way back to my foot. No, I don't want you to lick my hands. You gonna find it? 'Cause you might have gotten it all. I don't know. Yeah, I think she got it all. She seems done with that. Yeah, I know. I am too. Yeah, exactly.
Now that thing cleaned out that mom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's so quick.
Yeah, D-Rex, these are the, like, Batman style art. That, like, pop art style, splat kaboom, and they're just red and white, kind of comic book. Ace is not happy. Yeah, you got the close-up shot of, see the little bits of toffee in there? Oh. Some brown butter and yes, D-Rec, I will send you. It's a really easy recipe. The biggest thing was what was it? Just melting the butter ahead of time. You know, to like actually really get it
Brown.
Yeah, like a brown butter. And then it's just keeping your wets and dries separate, mixing them together at the end, and then folding it in, and you're good.
Yep. Like, looked more complicated than
Yeah, it's really not a hard recipe. Yes, it is really good. But so is this. And this is something that's much healthier for you.
Yes.
And I know that this will at least turn out well, too. I mean, it's just stir-fried vegetables.
Yeah, and this was just, I picked stuff that looked good at the market.
Yeah, this will just be kind of like a side dish with the gnocchi. The gnocchi is going to provide the starch of the dish, essentially. Hopefully.
We have other noodles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if we need to,
Something
we'll just make some noodles. Like, if this doesn't turn out. Screw healthy. Toffee. Yeah. Yeah, it's toffee, brown butter, eggs, brown sugar, and white sugar. Like, it's just all the best things in this
everything
world.
that you should not be eating, but that's why you shouldn't be eating it.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely not over by any means. Yeah, like I'm really curious to see how the gnocchi.
What happens?
Yeah, just like if it turns out or if it crashes and burns. Yeah, I've got a pretty bad sweet tooth as well, Ace. And I'm like a sugar person. I'm not. I like chocolate, but it's not my go-to.
You want lemon food?
I will for the. Actually, I'll want it for both. Oh, let's get the ginger going as well. Just juice. You need baked goods? Yeah, so the last stream that we did, it was either the last one or the one before, we made mint chocolate chip cookies, and they turned out really well also. So yeah, that was kind of fun. It's just nice to have that shit around the house. Cake is not food. Okay, so our water is boiling, so I can take that off. Have faith in cake. Oh, you hate mint? That's unfortunate. These were like the Andes style chocolate mints within cookies, but okay. Fair enough. You could easily use the toffee like we did tonight in that same recipe. I also make a lot of Rice Krispie treats. That's one of my go-tos. And yeah. Like for 4th of July, we did a red, white, and blue. We did coconut, strawberry, and blueberry Rice Krispie treats. They turned out pretty damn good. All right, it's magic time. You definitely need to be able to see this better, so I need to kind of. Yeah, my Rice Krispie treats go in super hard. Plus, I believe most of you know, I freelance teach a cooking with cooking with cannabis class, and as part of that, we teach how to make a medicated Rice Krispie treat. It's really good for that because the medicated oil that has the cannabis in it is a very golden color, and that way, when you add it to the white fluff of the marshmallow, you can really see once it's evenly distributed, because one of the biggest things you go for when cooking with cannabis is making sure everything is evenly distributed. You don't want clumps of it in one area that will end up getting you really high. Oh yes, I do need scissors for the gnocchi thing. I just want to get this kind of wrapped up and done.
Put it over here.
Yeah, do you have the lemon juice?
Yeah.
Just add a little lemon juice to this to brighten it up. No, it shouldn't be. I mean, it's warm, but...
You don't need it anymore, right?
No. So, I'm just going to take these vegetables and put them on a trivet over here. And then I need that. Peas. And then I need the scissors that we had earlier.
Shears in there.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. We shall see. And then I need a little knife. And so you just want to do like maybe ½ an inch or so of a triangle that you're going to cut off. And then out will come
So you're just squeezing it and then slicing the little noodles, essentially, as it comes off.
There we go. I'll probably have to do this in a couple of batches. And like most things, the first batch will probably not be as good as the ones as they get a little further in. Seem to be holding together okay. Sorry if I was like blocking while doing that. Can you spray that? And then I need you just want to let these cook for about a minute or so. You'll see they'll come to the surface. I'm just trying to be relatively delicate. I'm really curious to see how this turns out. They at least seem to be kind of holding together at the moment.
So yeah, you just want to keep, like toothpaste, you want to keep squeezing towards that corner.
And if you do have a pastry bag, it is much easier than this.
Yeah.
But again, I just wanted to kind of show.
And as you twist it like that, it'll continue to be easier.
Oh, she found my sock again.
Just be careful with the knife as you're twisting the bag, not to cut yourself.
For that batch. Should be able to get one more. I haven't even checked. No, I've dropped a few frames, but really not much at all. It's good. And then what we'll do is, obviously this is getting cooked a little bit. It's getting that batter to come together. We will cook this a second time. We are doing the ramen gnocchi. So this is what we had prepared. It's kind of like the pata choux style dough.
So you'll see the last batch in just a second. Turtle will kind of explain what we're doing. But we're taking out a batch right now from boiling water. This is the dough that we made earlier from the ramen noodles that we cooked very quickly in boiling milk. And then cooled. We actually whizzed them up in a food processor, put them in the Ziploc bag, and then cooled it in the refrigerator. And that's what's made like the pata choux dough. And now he's squeezing it and slicing it into the gnocchi noodles, essentially into the boiling water. And so we've got that set aside here, and then you're going to slide the next step.
Yeah, so what we're going to do after this, we basically are going to remove this from... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of working. I'm cautiously optimistic still that this is going to turn out to be something kind of interesting. I honestly think it would have worked better if we had done a blender. I still see some little chunks of the noodle that didn't totally get incorporated.
Either that or maybe cooked them a little longer.
Yeah, maybe I undercooked them just a minute. But, I mean, for first try at something very different.
It's pretty good.
And
it's still going to taste good, I think. I mean, it's going to still get that.
It might not be quite as pretty as I was hoping for.
Or as, like, fluffy necessarily, but it's still got a lot of air in it.
Yeah, no, it does.
And that's basically what we're going for, is getting that kind of, like, pillowy texture that a gnocchi has. And that a pata choux dough has, too.
And then I'm just going to, again, cook them a second time to kind of get them a little bit browned.
Butter or oil?
Butter.
Or do you want to carry a little butter?
No, this is fine. Hacked gnocchi.
This one.
So we're going to get some butter. Start melting now. Yeah, she loves butter. Kimbo does. We're going to add in our peppers and our garlic, our shallots. This for a minute. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a weird spell. It's like GNOCCHI, and it's gnocchi. It's kind of like a weird roll of like a GN.
You done with this?
Yes, the bigger piece, yeah. Okay. Well, they feel like I can now feel the texture. They feel like they're gonna stay together.
Yeah, they look like it.
Like there might be some breaks, but they'll be hopefully pretty clean breaks to just get smaller pieces, not like all of a sudden turn to dust.
So this with the butter is gonna get it nice and kind of like crispy on the outside, but still keep that creamy texture on the inside.
The only really quick stir fry I do is leftover rice and egg. Oh yeah, I love.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, that's a very common meal for us actually. Try and be somewhat gentle when flipping them. So again, while they are relatively firm, we don't want them to bust apart. Salt. A little bit of pepper, not too much because you want that clean texture.
Yeah, stir-fried rice actually works best with leftover rice rather than fresh rice. We often on stream or when we cook it with rice, cooking with fresh rice, because we're trying to make it with fresh stuff. But it just gets that like crispy texture on the outside better with leftover rice.
Some of the rosemary. Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, it is better leftover than the actual meal. It's funny those foods that like you look forward to the leftovers more than the.
Taste it. Let's see if I can get a little one. Ooh. It tastes more like that. If you've ever had the more French preparation of gnocchi, the texture is there. Again, it would have been better. Again, either the noodles are slightly undercooked, and so they didn't incorporate all the way, or if we had had a blender.
Get more air into it.
Yeah, like it's not a true purified material. But other than that, it's actually pretty good.
Is it like a dumpling almost?
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like a little dumpling. But it totally worked. Again, and now that we've done it, we can make a couple of tweaks to it.
To know what to do.
Yeah, to like know how to make it even better another time. Yeah. And again here, I just want to hit it with a little acid.
I'm very excited for this meal.
Brighten up those flavors a little bit. Cool. And then the green onion will be for top. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I went to a French culinary school, so a lot of my technique is French style, but I apprenticed in a Spanish restaurant. The chef I studied under was from San Sebastian. Do you like French fries? I also like French toast. But hello, Holiday. Hey, what's up, Penguin? You came in just as we're finishing, actually. We're about to wrap up. I need cake, I'll be back. It's all good, Ace. We're winding down here. This is really essentially the end of the stream. So, to give a recap, we've got our very interesting instant ramen style gnocchi. We've got our stir-fry vegetables. And the blondie, which we've already eaten like a quarter of. But yeah. So yeah, everything at least is gonna taste good. This is an interesting preparation, but you can see like it actually kind of looks like a piece of gnocchi.
Yeah, it does. It's got the nice little crispy edge.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Yeah. So and to this again, we added those red peppers, some shallots, some garlic, some rosemary, some lemon juice, and then we'll garnish it with some green onion.
We have some parsley over here too.
Oh yeah, and the parsley. I forgot about the parsley. I want that raw though. Anyway, social eating is on Twitch. Yeah, we're not. We don't do the social
Make
eating.
sure we're live.
Yeah, exactly. I want to veg out and watch TV while I eat. But thank you everybody for hanging out in chat, having a good time. If you are new to the stream and you enjoyed this and want to see more, please hit that follow button. We tend to stream anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week, always on Fridays. That's our kind of go-to. So yeah, hope everyone had fun. This was definitely something new and different for us to try, and I'm glad it wasn't a complete failure. I'm actually excited to eat it now. So yeah, again, hope everyone had fun. Have a great weekend. If we stream again, maybe Sunday, I'm not sure, but yeah. Good night, everybody.